What's up, everybody? We are back. John Delarose here. Delarose.com. That's DELARROZ.com. I'm going to put that link in the description below. And you can sign up for my newsletter. Never miss a video because I send nice updates about that about once a week. And you'll also get a free graphic novel for your troubles. I love my newsletter subscribers because I know you're there for me. You guys are some of my favorite people. So thank you. All right. Titan, Mouse of Might. This is another indie book, and it's created by Gary Shipman, who did all the art and the writing himself. I will do a slight disclaimer. Gary is a good friend of mine, and he actually did the cover for my Flying Sparks Volume 2. So I'm definitely biased in his favor. But I hired him because I love his art. So if you think about that, he is a guy I know from the internet, and I just love his art so much. That's why I hired him. And I love the art here, too. So I was wondering, how is this going to be different than just a Batman sort of thing, but he's a mouse? And that's what I was worried about going in, if it was going to be just something generic like that. Look at this hardcover. Before we get into that, this is a beautifully sized hardcover. It's oversized. What does a regular comic size look like? There we go. So he gets nice oversized art. I love that. And I love hardcovers. It just makes me happy to have a hardcover. I don't like those plebeian soft covers. And so he goes over his Packens Land over here, and I screwed up when I backed Packens Land. I want to talk about hardcover. I've seen his hardcovers for Packens Land, but I didn't know Gary well at that point, and did not know his writing or art at that point. So I got the soft cover, and I'm really sad about that at this point. But here we go. Here's his sort of list of works here, and then we get into the book, and beautifully laid out. I just love this. It's all in black and white, just like this. I think he really put a lot of care into every single panel. You can really tell just the way he draws things here. And it starts out, there's like this fantasy world, and like there's this rift between the fantasy world and these mice are escaping or whatever, and then it just shifts right to Titan. And I believe this Titan and all this fantasy world ties into Packens Land, is how that works. You get a really interesting setup where there's like a loud like noise going, and it actually goes into the panel flow. That's very creative and cool looking. And then you get an explosion, and we have Titan kind of breaking his way through, and he kind of breaks down because he's got a wife and kids. And he believes they're dead. So very cool stuff. Look at that. Look at that. Angry mouse. He's ready to go. So at this point, it becomes thematic with the mouse. And him being a mouse actually matters, because he ends up fighting into this like lab where they're like experimenting on animals, many of which are mice. And he tries to break a bunch of the mice free. And we learn that the scientist actually has a... look at that. Beautiful art. Beautiful art. Has a past with Titan, and he got Titan because Titan actually was a mouse who could just talk. He fights a big cat, like the cat's a giant monster. It feels like somebody fighting a big, Luke Skywalker fighting that big monster in Star Wars or whatever, but it's a cat versus a mouse, so it's cute. And then through this, we kind of learn that his character's alive. So it's a cliffhanger. This is meant to be a #1. I wouldn't have read the whole story if this was the whole story. I probably would have been like, hey, you should learn. You should read the rest of the story, and I'll stop spoilers there. I try to do that for indie books as much as I can. But this was a first, and obviously it's going to be a continuation. So very nice cliffhanger. We have enough establishment that I very much care about the characters. I love the art. I love Gary's art so much. It's beautiful. And this is a wonderful outing. From Packens Land, which was his 90s stuff, I felt like some of the dialogue in Packens Land was a little bit rough, and there was like, I would say the pacing was a little slow in that. But Gary's really progressed as an artist to Titan, and Titan is like really outdoes Packens Land, in my opinion. So comparing the two, this rocks it. This is where I'd actually start if you want to actually get into this stuff. Loved it. I think this is fantastic, and I can't wait for this to continue. This is definitely a highly recommend on my list. All right, hit that like and subscribe button, and we will be back soon. Leave a comment down below if you got this. Love to hear from you guys. Support indie comics.